to join in and settle down, and then we'll get started. And I'll take few moments to just check if the live stream is working fine. So I'll be back with you in few seconds. Just let me quickly check if the live stream is working fine. All right, so I'm back with you. The live stream is working fine. We are live streaming on YouTube, and you will all get the recording of the webinar. So once again, I can see there are a number of members who are joining us. So good evening and warm welcome to all the participants. And as I mentioned earlier, we are just waiting for more participants to join in and settle down. So just 2 more minutes, and then we'll get started. In the interim, let me share with you how we are going to conduct this webinar. So in a few minutes, I'm going to start sharing my screen, and then we will understand how Indian exporters are connecting with international buyers on Indian business portal. What are the various processes? And in the second part of our discussion, we are going to share with you how you can become part of Indian business portal. What is the process of listing yourself or making your offerings on Indian business portal? So we'll understand that in the second part of the discussion, and we'll dedicate some time, 10-15 minutes, for a Q&A session. So if there's anything which is not clear to you, or if there was anything which I could not answer during the session, I'll try to answer that. Now, there are two important points I want to share with you. When I'm explaining something, you will certainly may have a question related to that, or if there's anything which is not clear to you and you want further explanation, can you ask that to me? Yes, you can do that. For that, you'll have to use Q&A. So down below, if you're joining through a laptop or desktop, you will see there's an option which says Q&A. So you have to use that option, and I will have that option open, or Q&A tab open on the other monitor, so that if you're asking a question, I can like peek into it, and if it is possible for me to answer that, I'll answer that right away, right? So it is obviously always better that if there's something which is in your mind and you're asking and the host answers it, so you're able to get a better clarity as compared to like getting its answer after 15-20 minutes. So we will use Q&A for questions and answers. There's another option which is called chat. So if you look down below, that's where you'll see chat. So we will be using chat for our interaction. So if I want to seek your opinion, what do you think about something? For that, we'll be using chat. And we will also be using chat for our interactions. So if I have to seek your opinion, for that, we will be using chat. I think I already mentioned that. In addition to that, you can use chat for connecting and interacting with other wonderful business owners who are joining us here today. So you can let them know who you are, where you're located, and what is your offering. And if you have a website, we should include that, right? So you can also use this as a wonderful networking opportunity, wherein you can connect and network with other wonderful business owners who are joining us here today. All right, so this is where I think we should get started. I'm going to start sharing my screen, but I can see there are a number of members who have joined us like literally now. So let me welcome them as well. So hi, good evening, and a warm welcome to all the participants who are joining us, especially the ones who have just joined. So this is where I'm going to now start sharing my screen. I can see people have taken my suggestions, and some of them have started sharing details about their business. And I see one of the details uh, from Cloud Circle. So they have wonderfully detailed it out, where they are located and what their product and offering, and their contact details as well. All right. So you should use this opportunity to connect and network. God knows, you may be able to find a buyer or supplier in this session only. And it has happened. So it's not like I'm just sharing a suggestion. It has happened. So in few of our sessions, people were able to find buyers or suppliers also in this session. All right. So you can continue to do that, because chat isn't something which I actively look on, because there's typically lot of volume happening there. And I also advise people to not add their questions in the chat, because obviously there's a lot of exchange happening there and your question might get missed out. So add your questions in the Q&A. All right. So this is where I'm going to start sharing my screen. And as I do that, let me also share an introduction, or let me also introduce myself parallelly. So my name is Adnan. I am Director SME E-commerce Growth at Global Inker, and my functional or my focus area at Global Inker, as the designation also gives a hint, is digital commerce. In addition to my technical responsibilities, I also actively work on sharing information, especially around digital commerce, or how in today's day and age, business owners or businesses can adopt digital technology effectively so that they can adopt digital ways of doing business, especially selling online. So how can you start selling online? So that around that, I try to share as much as possible. I regularly conduct training sessions and webinar. And so far, I've conducted more than 450 such sessions. I've stopped counting, but there are certainly more than 450. And I had the wonderful opportunity of interacting with more than 12,000 businesses in various countries. So that was a quick brief about me. Now I am going to very quickly start sharing my screen. I think it should be visible in the next few seconds. So if anyone from the audience can please confirm that you can see my screen. And I'm going to hide this because otherwise it will keep blocking your view. And I can see there are a few participants who have raised their hands. I'll request if you can lower your hand. If you have a question, you can straight away add in the Q&A. And if there's something which I can answer, I can do that right away. If it is not possible, we'll take that question up in the Q&A round, right? So because if you raise your hand, there is this bar which comes on the screen. It is not obstructing my view, but it is obstructing views of other participants who are joining us here today. So I'll request everyone, if you're raising your hand, please don't do that. Instead of that, add your question in the Q&A, or add uh, add the question in the Q&A and we'll try to answer that. All right. So hope my screen is visible. Can anyone from the audience confirm that? I can see there's one member who have confirmed that you can see the screen. So this is where I'm assuming that all of you can see my screen. So
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
where we'll get started. Thank you, Magesh, for confirming. So this is where we are getting started. This is Indian Business Portal, which you are seeing on your screen. Now, the topic for today's discussion, or the first item agenda for us, is understanding how you as Indian exporter can connect with international buyers on Indian Business Portal. All right. So this Indian Business Portal that you are looking at on your screen. Now, there are broadly two processes which are there, using which you can connect with international buyers, or international buyers will be connecting with you. What are those two processes? The first one you can see here, it says post buying requirement. So this is where we are on Indian Business Portal. This is the live platform that I'm showing to you. So this is the first process which begins with post buying requirement. So this is where a international buyer is coming to the platform and they are sharing their buying requirement, that this is what we are intending or we are wanting to import from India. And those buying requirements are displayed at a place. They are, in fact, right now also they are visible. This where you can see there's a section which says buyers looking for. And if we click on view all, it takes us to another page. On this page, you'll see the various buying requirements which are there. So this is where you can see there's jewelry requirement from Argentina. There is some headlight product requirement from Russia. There is some fruit and vegetable requirement from Spain. There's tea and spices requirement from Jordan. Okay, so there are multiple requirements which are there on the platform, and you have to submit your requisition here. How do you do that? So for that, you have to click here. Or for all these requirements have these buttons. You have to click on them and you will be redirected to a page. On this page, firstly, you should review these requirements or details diligently. So give it some time, review it properly, and once you are absolutely certain that I can supply these products, then you should proceed ahead to submit the form, right? So this is where don't submit the form unless you're providing this product, because if you're sharing wrong information, that gives a bad impression about yourself as well as for the country as whole. So you should avoid doing that. All right. So once you are certain that you can supply these products, so that's where you can proceed ahead. And again, you'll see the information that you have to provide is not rocket science. This is all very simple information that you have to provide. For example, your email, your company name, your mobile number, and your IC code. You have to specify whether you're a manufacturer or a merchant. You have to upload your IC code certificate, and then you have to specify whether you're FIO or any other board or council member. So you have to add the certificate, and then you have to specify whether you have a online store on Indian Business Portal. If you have, you can input the link here. Then what is your experience in exporting jewelry items? And this is where you have to explain it. Now, one problem or one issue that we have seen when reviewing the responses from hundreds or thousands of members, and that is that people type yes here, right? So this is where it is asked, what is your experience? And this is where you have seen yes, that's it. Yes, we can export. But this where understand what you should do, because it is not like you are the only one who is submitting this requisition. There will be like hundreds of Indian exporters, and the international buyer has to choose from those, and that is where you have to give them a reason why they should choose you. Hope I am clear here. This is where you have to give them a reason why they should do business with you. Your objective is to impress that international buyer to an extent that they decide that this is the company that we should do business with them. So this is a field. So instead of just typing yes, you should type details, what your business is and what is your experience. And if there's a case study or example or reference that you can provide, you should input that, right? So when the international buyer is reviewing this information, they should get impressed with all the details that you have provided. Have you exported already? So this is a specific example that you're looking at. I'm just taking you through the field so that I can guide you with a few of the points, or I can share a few inputs with you so that when you are submitting your requisition, you can take care of that. And then your business capability in exporting jewelry items. So again, you have to specify what are your capabilities. Again, this is the second opportunity you have. The more opportunity you have to share more information about your business, the better, right? So this is the second opportunity. Again, take the advantage. This is where again add more information about your capabilities, like what all have you done, and if there's certification, etc. All that information, as much information as possible, so that again the international buyer gets impressed, and the relevant certificates that you have, you should upload them, right? But this is a specific case I was just walking you through, but I hope you understand. Although the information which is required here is not very complicated and anyone and everyone can fill in this information, what is important is that you are doing it properly, right? So, for example, like internet has billions of websites, right? But few of them get the business. Why so? They have worked on it, and similarly, you should also work on it so that you can benefit from these opportunities which are there on Indian Business Portal. All right, so this is one of the method which is available, which you can or which international buyers are using to connect with Indian exporters. I'm just looking at the questions which are there. So I was just looking at if there's a question which I can answer. So there's one member who is asking, Rushabh Gala. So he wants to understand if there's a specific video that we can refer. I will be sharing where you can find that video, so don't worry on that. I'll be taking you there, how to become part of Indian Business Portal. There's another member asking for my contact detail. I will certainly be sharing those. There is one member who is asking Priyanka where the RFQs can be found. So RFQs, go to Indian Business Portal, scroll down, and they are dead here. Buyers looking for, click on view all, and you'll be able to find the RFQs. All right. So this is something which I have answered. All right, so I've explained to you one method using which international buyers will connect with you, or you will be doing business with international buyers, right? So it is matter of perspective how you're looking at it. Let's look at the other method which is available, and wherein international buyer, instead of doing this, that like clicking on post buying requirement, they are reviewing the various exporters which are listed on Indian Business Portal, and then they are filtering them out, and then they are connecting with them. How does all that happen, right? So here you can see there's a very extensive navigation, and although on the face of it, it does not look like that, but there are nearly 5,000 categories and subcategories here on the Indian Business Portal. So exporter or international buyers can go through this navigation, or they can use search, which is a very popular thing these days. So they can come here, they can search by product, by supplier name in case they are familiar with a popular supplier. So they can search by supplier name also, or they can search by ITC HS code, and they can come across your profile. So once they have found you, so I'll just quickly open one of the product. Just randomly, I'll open one of the product. So for example, this is a product. Just imagine that I'm an international buyer looking for Indian wear for my business. So I come here, I find this particular business. So I found this business. The product looks very nice. Now I would want to understand more. Obviously, I will be doing a bulk business with them. So I will not be like just looking at the product. I'll be reaching out to them. I will do my due diligence, as you know, before I take that decision that this looks like a good business to reach out and connect and see if we can do business with them, right? So before I take that decision as an international buyer, I would want to understand more. How will I do that? Because this is where I can see the information of the product. So this is where you can see this is where we have the seller's name listed. If you click on that, I've already opened their profile. So here is their profile. Now I can come here, I can see the various products that they are offering. This is where we can see all the products or services. In case they happen to be a service provider, we'll be able to see the various service product that they are offering. And there is about a section also here. So this is where I can read about this business, and I can also see the other details like where all they have exported, and what is the turnover, and where all they would want to export to. So all that information is available. And if I want to understand more, and obviously uh, everyone these days have that curiosity, they want to ascertain or be confident themselves that it is a genuine business. And for that, you can see they have also uploaded a number of certificates here. In fact, they have uploaded 4 certificates. So this is where you can see +3. So there's 1 + 3. There are 4 certificates that they have uploaded. So the international buyer can come here, they can review those certificates, and they can be absolutely certain that this is a genuine. There is absolutely no margin where they can feel that it is not a genuine business, right? So they have satisfied that urge, or that what do you call, a discomfort or a stress, which is obviously there in any business transaction, and where you are like hundreds of or thousands of kilometers away, obviously that gets amplified. So by providing all this information, what you are doing is you are giving that comfort, and we have created all these provisions so that when international buyers are coming across your profile, they are able to not only find you, but also be sure that you are a genuine business, you are a trustworthy business, and they can do business with you with confidence. All right. So that is about us. Now, let's jump back to the topic because this is not the topic that we were originally discussing. The topic that we were originally discussing was how will an international buyer do business with you, or how will you do business with them? We have seen one of the method. Now, let's look at the other method. So for that, for example, they come across this profile and everything is in order. It looks like a genuine business. So how will they now connect with you? Because obviously they have to send you some inquiry, or they have to give you a purchase order or something to do business with you. How will they do that? So we have given multiple provisions here for the convenience of international buyer, so that when they want to do business with you, they can choose an option as per their convenience. The most popular one these days is request meeting, which you can see here. I'm highlighting it for your reference. So if they click on request meeting, this is where they'll be able to schedule a meeting. So similar to how we are connecting here today, similar to that, they'll be able to connect with you and they can share more details about their requirement, and you can also share information about your business, and then you can take the discussion forward, right? So that is a request meeting, which is one of the options they can use to connect with you. All right. The second option, which you can see here, is contact sellers. Now, using this, they'll be sending you a request. You'll get their contact details. So to submit this request, they'll have to provide their contact details. So you will get their email ID, you'll get their phone number, also OTP verified phone number. So if you want to connect back with them over the phone or over the email, you can do that. So that is the second option which is available. The third one is here. So if you go to the products, that's where you can see there is a contact seller option. So using that, they can again send an inquiry that, hey, we are interested to do business with you and we are wanting to buy this product from you. And that's where again you can connect with them and take the discussion forward. The fourth one is visit store, which you can see here. So if they click on visit store, and I'm just opening that tab here, so they will be redirected to another website on this, or they will be redirected to your website. What am I saying? So when they click on visit store, this is your website, which will be linked here, your digital catalog. So they can visit your digital catalog, and that's where if you're displaying your contact details, which you can see here, they are displaying their contact details. So they can reach out to you on this contact number and email ID as well. All right. So these are the methods which international buyer can use to connect with you. All right, on Indian Business Portal. But there's one more island of opportunity which you can leverage, and I'll share that a little later. So I think this is where we should now try to understand the second part, or let's move on and let's try to understand the second topic on our agenda list. That is, how can you become part of Indian Business Portal? How can you start showcasing your product or services on Indian Business Portal? What is the process there? Right. So for that, the first step that you have to do is to click on or open Indian Business Portal. That is obviously the first step. Once you have opened Indian Business Portal, then you have to click on register as Indian exporter. Right. So here you can see sell on Indian Business Portal, register as Indian exporter. You have to click on this button, which I'm doing now, and it will open this page. On this page, you'll see there are two big buttons, blue with the same text written, create your catalog. Then click on them and it will take you to the next page. But before you do that, I would want to share an advice that this is also a very information rich page that you're looking at. It will help you understand about Indian Business Portal. So you can come here. There are bunch of videos that we have linked here, which you can review, and it will help you understand about Indian Business Portal. But more importantly, my personal suggestion would be just scroll down and you'll see there's a section which says frequently asked questions. So this is where we have added the most commonly asked questions related to Indian Business Portal. So whenever you have time, please do review this section. It will answer most of the doubts or questions that you may have related to Indian Business Portal. So please do review this section. I'm not saying that you should do it right now or when you're creating your digital catalog. You can do it later as well. You have to click on create your catalog, which will take you to another page. And from here, your journey of creating digital catalog begins. Now, before I take you on to the journey, I'm going to switch my screen and I'm going to take you to a presentation so that because at this point, if I was in your place, I will have like 1 million questions. Like, what is digital catalog and all these things are there's so many things, and you may not be able to relate to it. And I absolutely understand that. If I was in your position, I'll have all those questions. So what I'm going to do is to take you to this presentation, and obviously, I'm not going to bore you with a very boring presentation. This is something that we'll just use for a few minutes to help you get a bigger picture or to show you a bird's eye view of the entire solution so that you can understand everything or every part of the ecosystem and you're able to relate to it, right? So just for that, we're going to use. So Indian Business Portal, firstly, in this first slide, I've tried to explain what is the objective of Indian Business Portal, because a lot of time members are not able to understand this. So this is where Indian Business Portal is created for two objectives. One is to create or give option to Indian exporters to create their own digital presence. Now, you will agree with me that if we look around ourselves, there are exporters who don't even have an email, right? Forget about digital presence website. They are totally dark on the internet, right? So they can't be found. So, and that is a challenge that we face as a country as well. So, one objective is to allow exporters create their own digital presence. So the website that which I showed to you was created on the platform, and it is that exporter's website. Now, if they want to attract customers by undertaking various promotional activities, they can also do that, right? So they are not just dependent on Indian Business Portal, right? Indian Business Portal is like icing on the cake. So that is the additional visibility, which is in fact the objective to create a visibility in front of international buyers. Because if we bring you all together and present on one platform, that's where it will be easier for international buyers to connect and network with you, and it is obviously an easier method for promoting as well. All right. So those are the two broad objectives. One is to create digital presence, and second is to give visibility, because like creating digital presence is something which you can do. But if you are not able to achieve your objective, which is to grow your business, right? So that is the objective why you are doing all this, why you are present here, because you want to grow your business. And to make that happen, that is the second objective, creating visibility. All right. Now, there's something which we had been discussing called digital catalog. Now, what is a digital catalog? So, a digital catalog is basically a website. This is the textbook definition which I have written here. I'm not going to read that. You can read it. I'll share the link of this presentation. So, it is basically a website, but which has three characteristics. What are those three characteristics? The first one is it can showcase information about that product or service. Second is it can allow customers to accept orders or generate leads. And third is it also showcases information about that business. And most websites do that. So that's why I've written assume there in the presentation. So any website which has these features or characteristics or capability, like we can give it whatever name we want. So any website that has these capabilities can be classified or can be called a digital catalog, right? Now, how many types of digital catalogs can be there? So types of digital catalogs are broadly four. The first one is which allows you to generate leads from international buyers. The second one is which allows you to generate orders. The third one is which allows you to generate leads and orders at the same time. And the fourth one is which allows you to uh, get orders from the retail customers as well as from your bulk buyers. All right. So those are the four type of digital catalogs that you can create. Now, obviously, it is all very boring textbook information which I'm sharing with you. So I'm going to very quickly switch my screen. Where is that tab? I have so many tabs open. I keep forgetting where is that tab. All right. So this is where I have opened few of the digital catalogs so that I can give you or help you understand uh, what is a digital catalog. So this is one looking product images, you can make out that this is a hardcore industrial product, right? So for if we evaluate this website with that three principles that I've shared with you, the first is it can showcase information about the product or service. Second is it can accept order or generate lead. So if we go to one of their products category, so this is AC motors, which I'm currently in. So this is where we can see they are showcasing information about the products that they are. They have this option. This website is generating leads. So that is also, and it is showcasing information about that business. So if we go to About Us, that's where we can review information about that business as well. So this can be classified or called a digital catalog. Now, let's understand the types of digital catalog. So there's one type of digital catalog which is generating leads or inquiries for the business. There is one more example which I've opened here. This is into construction equipment that we're looking at, right? So there's another type of digital catalog, B2B generating inquiries. This is the agri products exporters digital catalog, which I'm showing you. And this is where you can see their product offering, and this is where we have send inquiry. Then we have a digital catalog, and I've opened this deliberately because a lot of times there are merchant exporters who are joining the webinar, and they keep asking, like, we are in so diverse categories, can we create a digital catalog, and how will we create it? So this is an example for merchant exporters, if there are any in today's webinar. So this is where you can see they are into groceries, fruits, fashion, other products also, right? So same digital catalog, various categories, you can do that, right? So this is another example. Again, they are generating inquiries using this one, right? Now, if you are someone who is into retail export, so that means international buyer is a retail customer who will be buying for their personal consumption. So is that possible? Can you create a digital catalog for that? Yes, absolutely, you can do that. This is an example that we are looking at on our screen. And here, if I open one of their products, so it looks like an online shopping website. Almost all of us do online shopping these days. So this will look very familiar, right? Now, this is where a international customer. So imagine there's a customer sitting in the US and they want to buy this product. They can come here and they can place an order, right? So this is the audience is slightly different. This is where they are catering to the retail customer living abroad, whereas the other websites or the other digital catalogs that we saw, they're catering to B2B or businesses situated abroad, right? So this is the other type or the second type of digital catalog that you can create. This is also on the same line, catering to B2C customers. Now, coming to the third type. So this is the example of third type of digital catalog. Now here, if you compare with this one, this is where we have add to cart and buy now. Whereas if we are coming here, this is where we have send inquiry and add to cart. So what is different here? So you can see there's one button which is different. So add to cart is common at both the places. This is where we have add to cart. But buy now is missing. And why is it missing? Because this business is using dual features, or this is a dual purpose digital catalog. At one end, it is allowing it to cater to retail customers. So if I want to buy this product for my personal consumption, I can very well do that. I can go to add to cart and I can place an order, right? On typical online shopping. Now, if there's a bulk buyer or a business that is wanting to buy from them in bulk, they can do that. So they can come here, they can click on send inquiry, and they can send them an inquiry, right? So both the things are possible. Same website. You don't even have to create two separate websites or two separate pages. The same website is catering to both type of audience. So this is the third type of digital catalog. Both the things happening at the same time. Now I'll show you the fourth example, although you may think that it is not relevant to export, but there is a use case for export as well. Now, this is a very popular kitchen appliances brand that we are all very familiar with. Now, and if you look at the website, this looks like a typical online shopping website where retail customers can come and they can place an order. And you're absolutely right in that understanding. But it also caters to their bulk buyers. So there are like literally thousands of shops that sell their product. Now, purchasing through the conventional method is a little complicated using phone calls, salesperson, etc., etc. And we have seen the flaws in that system during the pandemic, especially. So, can we use technology to make it efficient? Yes, certainly we can do that. And this is where you can see. So, any shop or business owner that had been buying from them, they can get themselves impaneled or the brand can impanel them, and then they can log in here and they can place an order. So they'll get the special price, credit, etc. All that, all the conventional practices which were there in the conventional, traditional, in-person bulk retail, all those are taken care digitally, right? So this where it becomes very convenient. Whenever I have a requirement, I can just come here, place an order. I'll get the special price, I'll get the special discount, I'll get the credit also, right? So all that is taken care. So this is the fourth type of digital catalog. Now the question, why am I sharing it with you? There is absolutely no relevance to export, right? Yes, there is, and there is a reason. So it is not like I'm just wasting your time. There is a reason for that. And the reason is that this capability that we are looking at, especially this phone number thing capability, it can be used by businesses that have that concern that if I'm displaying my products on the website, then the latest designs or latest styles might get copied, they might get stolen, right? So if you also have this concern, then you can use this capability and have all the latest styles and designs on the website. But using this capability, you can hide them, and only the people whom you are granting access. For example, I happen to be an international buyer, and you had been doing business with me for some time, and that's where you know me, that I'm a genuine person. So you can onboard me, and I can come here and review your latest collection, and I can place you an order as per my requirement, whereas no one else on the internet will be able to see those products, right? So that is the fourth type of digital catalog that you can create. So that I hope that helps clarify that doubt related to digital catalog and gives you a better understanding of the digital catalog as well. Now, very quickly, I'm going to take you through this slide. And by the way, this is the last slide that I'm showing to you. So it basically gives you an understanding about the overall opportunity which is there for you. So you understood that you have to create something called digital catalog, and we know what is a digital catalog now. So you have to create a digital catalog, and that digital catalog then will get connected with Indian Business Portal. It will get linked so that the products which you have added on your digital catalog, they are visible on the Indian Business Portal, and anyone who is sending an inquiry comes to your digital catalog, and you're able to review and respond to it, right? So this is the basic workflow that we're looking at. Now, how does it translates into business for you? All right. So for that, VO will be putting an effort to bring international buyers onto Indian Business Portal, and from there you will be getting leads. At the same time, you can also do your own promotion, you can do your own marketing, and through that you can also bring international buyers onto your own digital catalog, and from there you can do business with them. And there when you're going through this journey, that is where you're also becoming a part of a business community which has members from 150 countries. So through business networking, you can also connect with international buyers there, and you can do business there, right? So this is the overall opportunity. There's the overall ecosystem that you're becoming part of it. All right. So now let's go back to the screen that we're looking at. So this is where you will see that on this screen, and let me just do a quick recap. So this is where we are trying to understand how to list products on Indian Business Portal. The first thing that you did was to open Indian Business Portal, and then you clicked on this option which says register as Indian exporter, which opened this page. On this page, you clicked create your catalog, which opened this page. Now on this page, before you go any further, I would request that you should click here where you can see there's a video that we have linked. Now this video is a very detailed video, and I think about 20-25 minutes. So if you don't have a constraint about time, watch this video in detail. It will give you a very, very good understanding in terms of what is the process, what are the steps, and then you can get started. But if that is not possible because of paucity of time, then please at least have this video open alongside on a different tab or browser, so that at any given point of time, if you get stuck, you can refer to the video. In fact, I am going to use the video. So that so let me open that video in another tab, and I am going to walk you through the video. So obviously, I'm not going to take your precious time displaying this video. Will not be playing. I'll just take you through in case you're wondering why the ads our channel is not monetized, but YouTube has to make their earnings. So Even on non-monetized channel, they display ad. So it is only the start of the video, you'll see that. So this step, I've already explained to you that you have to go to Indian Business Portal and then click on register as exporter, which will bring you here. Click on create your card law, which brings you to this screen, this from where we opened the video. Now here you'll see first name, last name, email ID, password. So input details and click on agree and continue. After that, do an OTP verification of your contact number. After that, you have to input your GST number. Now, this is important that you should do the verification of your GST, because that will add a verified mark on your profile. And if you don't have a verified mark, you will not be able to use certain features on the Few Global Linker. It does not have an impact on Indian Business Portal, but there are certain features on the community side of it which you'll not be able to use, and will that may sorry, I lost connection for a few seconds. I'll need a quick second to go back to the screen. All right, so we are
कैटेगरी भी चेंज हो जा रही है तो अगर ये देना सही रहेगा थोड़ा सा ये डाउट
Mukesh, can you
Yeah, screen individual.
Sure. All right, so apologies for the inconvenience. I lost connectivity in between. So I'm going to quickly walk you through the process. So what we have done so far is we went to Indian Business Portal and then we clicked on register as Indian exporter, which took us to this page. On this page, we clicked on create your catalog, which brought us here. Now here, I recommended that you should watch this video, or if that is not possible, at least have this video playing alongside, so that any given point of time, if you get confused or if you get stuck, you can refer to the video. I'm going to use this video to just quickly walk you through the rest of the steps. So once you have opened this video, this is the place where we were. So you have to input your first name, last name, email, and password. After that, you have to do an OTP verification. And after that, you have to input your GST number, then your legal entity type, company name, legal entity type, and location. After that, click on next, and which will open this screen. On the screen, you have to you have to specify which industry do you belong. So you can either use the search feature or you can select it from the drop down. After that, you have to select the business operations type, like so you are a manufacturer, exporter, retailer, etc., etc. Now select these fields little carefully, because this information will be used by our AI for matchmaking. So if there's an international man looking for, let's say, a denim exporter, denim product exporter, then obviously the AI will take out that information and do the matchmaking. So that's where add this information a little carefully, which will bring you to the screen. So once you have done that, it will bring you to the screen. On the screen, you'll see there's a big blue button which says convert. Now click on that, and it will open the screen. On this overlay, there are three simple questions that you have to answer. After that, click on next. Then a screen with various design options will be displayed, and you have to select a suitable design option. Now, if you're thinking that if I select a design option or design template now, and I don't like it tomorrow, then you can change it, right? So it is not like you are stuck with it and it is a one-time decision that you're making at any point of time. If you want to change, you can easily change the template. In fact, this is something which you are bound to change in some time. So it is a best practice in the industry that to give a fresh look and feel to your digital catalog, to your website, you change the design template of the website, and it also gives you the access to the latest ways of sharing information in a more engaging manner. So that is why it is something that you are obviously bound to change. So don't get overstressed with that. All right. So once you have selected a suitable template, you will move to the next overlay, and this is the last overlay. So it is not like it will continue for a very long period of time. This is the last one, and it has two fields. One is store name, which is the name of your business, and the second is store URL. So the name of your business is absolutely clear. If you happen to be someone who is operating a brand, so if you represent a brand, so in that case, you can input the brand name in place of store name. So, and underneath that, we have store URL. So store URL is basically something that we type to open a website. So for example, if you have to open Google, we type google.com, or if you have to open Indian Business Portal, we type indianbusinessportal.in. Similarly, tomorrow, if someone has to open your website, what should they be typing? That's what we are trying to specify here. Now, you may have a code written here where you can see the code, or it may be entirely blank. Whatever the case may be, you have to type your business name here. So your business name, for example, if your business name is ABC Enterprises, so you have to type ABC Enterprises without space or any special character, and your store's URL will be abcenterprises.linker.store. Now that leads to a question. What is this linker.store thing? We have seen like domains like .in, .com, etc. What is this linker.store thing? So linker.store is our subdomain that we are providing to you absolutely free, of course, and you can use it for as long period as you want. There's absolutely no limitation to it. But why are we doing that? So we are doing it for helping you create a sustainable digital presence. What does that mean? So I'm not sure how many of you had experienced creating a website. And if you're creating a website and operating it, there are certain cost heads involved. For example, hosting is there, domain registration and renewal are there, SSL is there, AMCs are there, or subscription is there, right? So there are a number of cost heads. Now, for many MSMEs, those cost sets are bothersome, and they, because of those cost set, they decide not to create or not to continue having digital presence, which is very detrimental for their business and as economy as well. So that is where when you're using our subdomain, that's where you don't have to worry about any of that hosting, etc., nothing of that you have to worry. You can comfortably create your digital presence, use it to grow your business, and whenever you're feeling confident, you can take it live, right? So that is why we are giving linker.store subdomain to our members. Now, this is where I can imagine you might be a little confused. What is this URL thing that he's talking about? So that for that, I'm going to again take you back to a few of the examples that we're looking at. So this is where you can see it is japanonline.com, right? So they have used their own domains, or if you're looking here, it is weatheramarit.in or worldclasstraders.in, pepperflex.in, or himalayannaturalproducts.com, right? So they are using their own domain. So if you're typing himalayannaturals.com, they'll be able to open this website, right? So Himalayan Natural happens to be the URL, and because they are using their own domain, so when you're typing that, this website is opening up. But if you decide to use linker.store, you can do that. So on this website, you can see they're using linker.store. So it is Bhavi Apex Industries.linker.store. So their digital catalog is on linker.store. So it is your decision. If you want to take it live on your own domain, yes, that is possible. If you want to continue using linker.store, that is also possible. All right. Now, when you will be attempting to take it live on your own domain, you have to point the DNS of your domain onto our server, and you have to also implement an SSL, which is not very technical, but like everyone is not an expert, so you may find it little technical. So that is where if you have a thought that you may not be able to do that, it looks technical, then please do reach out to our team or to our help desk, and our team will be more than happy to help you out with that, right? So don't worry on that. If you have to take my website live on our domain, how will I do that? Our team is there to help you out with that. All right, so don't worry on that. Now, coming to the process of this, where once you have added the domain, click on create your store, which brings you to this interface. Now here you'll see there is this button which says set up store. If you click on that, it reveals that there were 4 steps that we have to go, and we have done 3 of that. How nice. And there's one more step that we have to do. So if you click on that, it brings you to this screen is where you have to upload the products. Now many times when I'm giving a presentation, the participants who have their own digital presence already, so or they are already selling online and they have the product information available, so they say, like, if we are uploading information like this one product at a time, it will take a lot of time, and we have the information available, can't we upload in bulk? Yes, you can do that. In fact, in a video also I've shown from where you can go, and you can go to the product section and then click on the down pointing arrow, click on import product XLS CSV, come here and download the sample import format, upload the products, and you will be able to upload the products in bulk. So if you have the product information available, especially if you have it available in the Excel file, this should be an option which you should choose, because uploading one product at a time is obviously time consuming and effort intensive as well. You shouldn't do that. In fact, as a thumb rule, what I propose, if you have to upload more than 10 products, you should upload it in bulk, right? Clear rule, if it is more than 10 products, you should not be uploading it like this. You should be uploading through the Excel file. If it is less than 10, then you can do it like this also. All right. Now, the product upload process is explained in this video in great detail, so we are not going to spend your valuable time there. What I'm going to just explain 2 important fields here where sometimes people have confusion. First is related to GI product, which you can see here. This is where you can see GI product. So GI is basically geographic indication of India. These are the specialty products, and they have a special place on Indian Business Portal. So here you can see we are on Indian Business Portal. In fact, the first category is GI product, and they have a special place on homepage as well. So here you can see again GI products are displayed. Now, if I take you to the GI product category, this is where you'll see that GI products are specialty. So, for example, if I'm saying Nagpur, what is Nagpur? What does that thing? What is that product that comes to your mind? Obviously, oranges, right? So these are specialty products which are either cultivated or manufactured or made at a particular location. Now, these are the broad categories that you're looking at, and these are various popular locations. So Varanasi, which happens to be a very popular location, it is very popular for Banarsi sari. In addition to that, it is also popular for wooden lacquer toys. So if I quickly take you here, this is where I'll just open one of the products so that the icon is a little bigger and you can see it. So here you can see it has this GI product emblem, and it is here also, you can see it is bigger. So you can see it is a GI product. It is wooden lacquer toys from Varanasi, or Varanasi wooden lacquer toys. If you happen to be a GI product seller, then you should be using that feature. You should specify your product as a GI product. Now, once you do that, that's where you'll see there are 2 GI category and subcategory drop downs. So you have to specify the GI category, and then you have to specify the subcategory. So first the category and then subcategory, and then you have to upload a GI product certificate. Without certificate, you cannot specify your products as GI products. So certificate is mandatory. And the second point which I want to clarify is related to these categories and subcategories which are seen here. Now, if I take you to Indian Business Portal and let's go to fashion, apparel, and fabrics, and this is where we have, for example, wedding dresses, right? Now, imagine that you are an exporter of wedding dresses, right? Now, you're adding products to your digital catalog, to your website. Now, you have to tell the system that my product, this product which I'm adding to my website, you should display it in wedding dress category on Indian Business Portal, so that if tomorrow there is an international buyer looking for wedding dresses, when they click on wedding dress and they can see the product, they are seeing me as an exporter and my product there. All right. So to do that, you have to use these options, which you have here, category and subcategory. That is the only use of these. They are not used for anything else on your website. All right. So select the category and then select the subcategory like that. So that is where the instruction which you are giving to the system or to the website is this product has to be displayed where on Indian Business Portal. That is the instruction that you are giving. So that is the second point I wanted to clarify. Now, the other details are like explained in this video in great detail, so we are not going to use your time for that. So we'll skip all that and we'll go towards the end of the video. And once you have uploaded the product, then you have to click on this home shaped icon, which you can see here on the top, which will bring you to the home screen. Here you'll see there is a big gray color button, which you see here, this button. Click on that and the journey is completed. So this is how you'll be able to create a digital catalog for your business. Now, is it all? Is that's all you have to do? No, there are more things that you have to do. And for that, I am going to take you to a demonstration account, which you can see here. So there's a demonstration account. And firstly, let's complete the discussion about the digital catalog creation journey, and then we'll come here to understand the community side of it. All right. So this is the home screen of this demonstration account that I have. Now, once you have gone through that journey, the obvious next step is to go to the catalog section and then upload your product, right? It again depends on how many products do you offer. If it is more than 10, bulk upload them. If it is less than 10, you can upload them one product at a time. So you can upload it from here, or you can bulk upload them. Entirely your decision. So that is the second task that you have. So once you are done that, or parallelly while you're doing that, you can do the second task also. For that, you have to click on store settings, and then you have to click on store details, and which will bring you here. Now here you'll see there's a tab which says about your export. This tab, you have to fill in this form. And if you recall, I showed you a profile of an exporter and their information was displayed. All that information comes from here. And again, it is very simple and easy information, like whether you're a FIU member or not, your IC number, legal entity type, when did you start the business, what are the business operations you are involved in, whether you are an MSME or not, export turnover, countries you have exported to, countries you would like to export to, number of employees, licenses and certificates, extremely crucial in bringing that trust. And then advantages, innovation. These are the areas where you can impress the international buyers. And lastly, whatever proposal you're interested in, and then click on save. So this is task number 2. Once you have done that, then you can go to the My Store tab, and this is where you'll see themes and store preview and navigation. You can use that to set up navigation, select or change the design theme in case you're not liking the design theme that you have used, and obviously upload banners. So this is around the beautification, because if it is not a good looking website, obviously the chances of international buyers connecting with you will be low. So you have to work on beautification of your website as well. So once you are done with all this activity, you are confident that my digital catalog is looking nice, then you should come back to the home screen. Again, we clicked on this home shaped icon. We are back on the home screen, and just scroll down a little bit and you see list your store and sell on Indian Business Portal. Here you have to click on send a request, which opens this overlay. On this overlay, there are a few do's and don'ts which we have written here. Now, what I'm requesting you, or what I want to request you, is that please do watch this video. Click on watch video, which will open this video. Watch this video. We have listed all the mistakes which can prevent your business from being listed on Indian Business Portal, and how you can fix them. It is not like we are just telling fix this, fix this. How you can fix those mistakes, that is also explained in the video. So watch this video, and once you are sure that there is absolutely no mistake on our digital catalog on our website, then just agree the terms and click on submit. Now, once this request gets submitted, within 2 to 3 working days, our operations team will review it. And if everything is in order, your business will get listed on Indian Business Portal. Now, if there is any issue, they will reject it, and they will also share with you the reasons or reasons. If there are more than one reason, they'll specify these are the reasons why we are rejecting it, and then you can fix them, and then you can submit the request again. But I would not advise doing that, because that's where you'll end up wasting time. So watch the video, make sure that there are no mistakes, and then you can submit the request. All right. So this is how you can create your digital catalog and list it on Indian Business Portal before I turn off screen share. I also mentioned about the community side of it. So this is the community side of it, which we're looking at on your screen. Now, what do you do here? So this is where you can share information about your business, your product and service offering. Like here, we can see there are certain businesses who have shared about their requirements, etc. So you can do that. In addition to that, you can participate in groups or you can utilize the various offers. But more importantly, if we are staying true to the topic, so that's where the objective is to connect with other businesses. How can you do that? So for that, you can either use the search or here we have add connections feature. So using these features, you can connect with businesses from 150 countries and they can review. You can send them connection requests similar to how we do it on LinkedIn. And once you are connected, you can exchange messages with each other and you can even take the discussion offline and do business with them, right? So this is the community side of it. Another opportunity which is available to you as part of this ecosystem, which you should consider using. All right. So this is where I'm going to switch off the screen share and we'll break into the question answer round. So I hope you have already added your question in the Q&A. And while I'm reviewing the Q&A, I am going to share my contact details with everyone. So these contact details are for a purpose. And the purpose is once you have created your digital catalog and you want to get it reviewed, you can send me an email that please review my digital catalog and I can do that. The second is I am also sharing my or help desk contact details. So you can send an email or you can call as well, up to you, which method you would want to use. So in either case, our help desk team will assist you. So in the chat, you will find both the details. One is my email ID and second is our help desk email ID and contact number. Both the things are chatted. So they are in the chat. All right. So let me quickly start answering the questions that we have in the Q&A. The first question, and I think this question was asked early on by Dipesh ji. So Dipesh ji, for this, I would advise that you can drop an email at ibp@po.org, and one of the PO officials will be able to guide you. I'm going to also share this email with everyone. So his question was related to custom documentation, and for that you can drop an email on ibp@fio.org and one of the FIO officials will be able to guide you. Second question is from Indraneet Bagga. Indraneet ji, I've shared my contact details. You can connect with me. I'm going to share that with you as well with a private message. Right. Third question was Rushabh Gala wanted to see the specific video. I've shared with you the video which you can review. Next question is from Aditi. Her question is, we are first-time exporters, so how do we connect with genuine buyers and how can we win buyers' trust? So this is where obviously sharing information, right? All that information, all those assets which are available, all those property, every section is an asset which is available to you, which you can utilize to share information about yourself. So even if you are a new entrant, there's a lot that you can share, right? What is your background? What is the story? What is the change that you would want to bring in? Why you are doing this business? If there's a social cost associated, you can share about that as well, right? So there's a lot of information that you can share about your business that brings that credibility, that brings that trust, that this is a genuine business, that is a trustworthy business, and we can consider doing business with them, right? Now, with respect to the genuineness of buyer, that's where you have to do the due diligence. And we always say that or to our members that you must do the due diligence. So it is not like if you're getting an inquiry from an Indian Business Portal, you should uh, blindly trust them. We always suggest that you should do the required due diligence. And if you need any assistance with that, then you can consider reaching out to FIO. I will share the email ID with you. You can drop an email on ivpd@fio.org and FIO officials will be able to guide you. Next question, I can see Stella Richard already quoted for, is the quotation still there or is it gone? Because a quotation is typically there for about a week, and after that it goes to international buyer, and they typically take about 2 weeks. So I think T1 is still there, right? I'm just looking at, yeah, T is still there. So 28th July, it will go to, so the international buyer hasn't even received it, so they'll get it. So the FIO will consolidate all the requisitions that are presented. They'll review it. So earlier, what was happening was in whatever requisitions were being submitted, they were like being shared with international buyers directly, and that's where we have burnt our hand. That's where we realized that there were a lot of wrong information sharing, and obviously it is not a right thing, especially as a government entity and especially as a country as well. So that's where a FIO team will review all the requisitions, and if there are any ones which they find out, they may remove them and share it with the international buyer, who will again take about 2 weeks and then get back, right? So that's where, Stella, I would say that you should wait for some time to get a response on that. There's another member asking for my contact details. So I'm sharing the contact details in the chat, and I am also, what happened, why it is not getting pasted? Just give me a second. Yeah, now it is. So I'm sending it via a private message also. Next question was Mr. Pratap Singh. I think this was also asked early on. So his question was, how can we benefit of Indian Business Portal? I think that is clear now. Next question, Mr. Sharad Agarwal from Mr. Sharad Agarwal wanted to understand about services export. So Indian Business Portal is for any business and every business from India. So if you are an Indian business, you should be part of Indian Business Portal. Next question, an interesting one from Mr. Akshat Agarwal. If there's someone who's wanting to connect with Indian spice sellers, well, what is one place where they can find them? So I am very quickly going to share my screen to answer Akshat's question. And before that, let me open that page, which I want to show him. Right, so very quickly, I'm going to start sharing my screen. And let me move these to other tab. Otherwise, they'll like keep blocking your view. So just give me a few more seconds. All right. So hope my screen is again visible. And this is the spices category page on Indian Business Portal that you're looking at. So Akshat's question was, if there's someone who's looking for Indian spice seller, where will they go? So for the focus categories, there are about 5 focus categories, which are the leading in sports category. The spice happens to be one of them. So for those, we have these special pages. So this is where you can see there is this special page where a international buyer who's wanting to buy spices, they can come here, and if they're looking for popular spices, they can look at that, and then they can go by location as well. These are the spice exporters who are listed on the platform, few of them, and then you can see the products, right? So they can go through the navigation, they can go by the name, or they can go by the product as well, right? So all that is displayed here. This is the page where they can go and they can connect with Indian exporters of spices. Next question is from Gopal Shah. So he wants to understand how to connect with Mukesh. Would you like to answer this question? He wants to understand how to connect through Indian embassy with importers from Belgium, Germany, and other.
Yeah, sir, it's my suggestion to him. Just do one thing: visit website of Ministry of Commerce and External Affair. Okay, and
Okay.
Indian Mission email ID and contact detail are there. Okay. In case he want to drop mail, he can do it.
Sure. All right. So, Gopal, I think your question is answered, but I'm also sharing with you the email ID of IVP. So you can drop an email and you can get a response from Mukesh or any other few official.
Yeah, of
You'll
course,
be
sir.
able to guide.
We will provide it. Okay.
Next question is from Mr. Indraneet again, and there's a little long question, so I was just reading that. So, Mr. Indraneet, I would advise if you can drop an email on our help desk, and our help desk team will be more than happy to help and guide you. So I'm going to share the email ID with you. Also, in a private message of our help desk team, please do drop a message, and our help desk team will guide you with that problem. Next question is from Ankit Chaudhary. Is it mandatory for importers for accessing the details through of the seller? Yes, it is. They have to register, only then they can access. Next point is a suggestion that I've noted for. So it is anonymous identity. They have suggested that I should turn off chat notification from the next webinar. I'll keep that in mind. Next question from Aditi. Can we get the recording of this session